Welcome back, guys, to episode 2 of Dropout Thoughts. As always, I'm Anton alongside Nihal and Janelle. And, well, we dropped the ball. We're still figuring this YouTube thing out. We're supposed to drop this last week. We almost did, but episode 1.
Technical difficulties.
Yep. And then we tried to reshoot earlier this week, but my Wi-Fi was shit. I was glitching out pretty bad. So hopefully this time we don't have that, but if we do, screw it. You get it. All right. Let's get started. What's on your mind? Who wants to go first?
Nihal.
Do I have to go first? Okay, fine. I'll go.
I mean, Janelle was like really excited, so I guess so.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what Janelle has to say. But
Oh God.
okay. So earlier this week, I had friends over at my house. And we tried an edible. We tried an edible. It was I'm pretty sure it was like a mix between like Gorilla Glue and like Northern Lights. And
man, no.
And it was
strains. I have stoner friends. Those are strains.
Yeah. And it was in a chocolate chip cookie too. So it was like you were supposed to have like half a serving or 1/4 of a serving. And I ended up having half because I thought I was like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. Like I'll be fine. Half is good. And then
These
like
edible
the guy,
shit.
yeah, these edibles say, no, the guy like the guy who I was getting it from, like he's like, yeah, like oh yeah, half is like half will get you like stoned, and then like 1/4 is even good, but like half is not like horrible, but it'll still get you stoned. And I was never like into edibles like as much as like some of my other friends, but I did it with my friends a couple days ago, and it was like the 3 of us, and we were in my basement, and it took like probably like an hour to kick in, but when it did, like I literally like I could not stop laughing. Like it was literally the dumbest things like possible. I could not stop laughing. It was horrible. I literally could not control myself. It was literally like at one point I felt like I was having like a full-blown body orgasm. It was horrible.
No, that reminds me of the one time I got drunk on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I told you, Nihal. I don't think I told Janelle about this, but I had like I didn't have it like all at one time, but like it was like spaced out over a couple hours. I had 17 shots of whiskey.
And, oh yeah. I remember you told me that. Yeah, that was brutal.
Literally anyone would say anything, like just a random ass sentence, like for example, like I wonder what's on TV today. I'd be in stitches, just on the floor, laughing my ass off. Surprisingly, I didn't have a hangover in the next morning, but I was like, whiskey tastes terrible now. that post party, it kicks in. You're that was a bad idea. But
always feel that.
Have you ever had edibles before, or is that like your first time?
No, I've had it like one other time before. Like that was the thing. Like I like the first time I had it though, like there was like a shitty experience because like it was like I feel like I didn't like my friend he got it, and I feel like he like fucked up with like the servings because I didn't feel anything. Like I barely felt that. I didn't feel anything until like when I was in bed. Like I was looking at my phone and I was like starting to like my hands were starting to feel numb, and like I was like it was like starting to get like blurry, like not blurry, but like I could start to feel it. Like when I was texting, I was like I could start to feel it, but it was like a really late reaction.
Yeah.
So I don't like to count that as like an experience. But this first time, like I guess this time earlier this week, this was like crazy because like I literally like okay, like my friends, they greened out, like they threw up. I didn't. I was literally just like at one point I was just in my basement, like I was on a couch. I was literally just like curled up. I was like I literally could not feel anything. I couldn't feel like my heartbeat at one point. I couldn't feel like it was crazy. Yeah, it was really crazy. No, but
you're down bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. But yeah, it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Really.
Don't do
Like,
drugs,
I was
kids.
I was terrified. I was terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're not
Yeah,
was
one
funny.
monetized yet.
It
time,
was really
one
funny.
of my friends,
It was really
like he told me that one of his coworkers gave him edibles for free, and so he took half of it like near the end of work, end of his shift, and like then he drove back home. He didn't feel anything at all. So he took the other half, and like an hour after he took the other half,
No,
it just hit him
no.
like a fucking truck.
bro.
Dude.
No.
Oh man, that was a mistake. Big time mistake.
It's because yeah. One of the funniest parts about this experience though was that we took it like really early. Like we took it like around like 9. We took it like hella early. And when we were like gone, by the time we were gone, we woke up. We woke up and it was like 12. It was like 12 or 1 or something like that. And we thought it was the next day. We thought it was the next day, like the next night, as in like we slept an entire day. And my friend was freaking out because he had something the next morning. So he was like freaking out. It was like ah! And then because he checked his phone and it said like Sunday. It said Sunday, but he thought it was Monday. Like I don't know. Like we were just really confused. We were still really high, so like,
Yeah.
we couldn't really understand anything. But that was also really fun. Like we were laughing so hard. Like I brought it up like yesterday to him, and like we were laughing so hard. Like now we can laugh about it, but like then it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing we're not
I guess
monetized.
I'm next then.
I
Yeah.
wonder how YouTube's gonna be about me saying this.
I mean,
I guess I'm next.
yeah. Oh boy.
All right.
Are we gonna like dash our chances of being monetized before we even get
We might have
anywhere
to delete this
close?
video. We might have to delete this video in the future.
Oh man. All right, Jay, man, you're up. What's on your mind?
Before I start, mom and dad, if you're watching this, I am sorry.
You know it's
You know, I'm
bad
pretty
when
sure
you
they're
start
not
with that.
I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure they don't watch. So, as you know, I'm in ASU, and you guys probably know what ASU is known for.
Party.
Yeah. Yeah. So, last week, Saturday, I believe, I went to this party. Got absolutely wasted, like I should. Not gonna say with what. I'm just gonna say I got wasted. So then, I may or may not have had sexual intercourse with this one person, and I may or may not have used a condom. So,
Janelle.
God damn,
God damn, dude.
See, this is what Lil Dicky was preaching about. You gotta have safe sex, bro.
So recently, I had a symptom of a certain STI. And then so yesterday I had a telehealth appointment about it, meaning it was over Zoom. And today I got tested for it, and I also got the treatment for gonorrhea and chlamydia. Hopefully I don't have it, but
Both of
that's
them?
just safety.
Mm.
Chlamydia was just a
Wait.
pill, but gonorrhea, it was a fucking shot on my ass. Not fun.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How do you
So-
wait, time out. How do you test for a STI over Zoom?
No, it was over Zoom. She was asking me my symptoms, asking me questions and all that. And then today I went in to get tested.
Okay.
They also gave me the option to get the treatment either before I get the results or after I get the results. I chose to get before I get the results because I leave back home in tomorrow night. So I was like, I'm gonna avoid a more awkward conversation if I take her back home.
Your appointment was this morning?
Yeah, 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now my ass Loki hurts. And
yeah, so
more of the story. More of the story.
Use a condom.
Protection. Use protection.
Moral of the story, we're this now we really sound like
Use
dropouts.
protection and make good choices when you're out getting wasted.
Yeah.
Always have a buddy.
Jesus.
Always have a buddy.
Wait, time out. What if your buddy is also wasted?
Yeah.
That'd
Oh,
be
that's happened to me multiple times. But we still took care of each other. We're like, all right, we're wasted. We're walking back together.
damn. All right.
Yeah.
Not the segment that I was expecting.
My
I'll be
friend
honest,
wa-
boys.
Yeah.
I
My
got,
friend
Did
wanted
you
to
see
go to
that picture I
ASU.
sent to the
Actually.
group chat?
yeah, like oh shoot, I left my phone downstairs. But like, didn't you like send us like the email, like the screenshot of the email saying you have an appointment or
No,
whatever?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said that.
it
Yeah,
was-
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
But it said STI.
Yeah,
yeah.
My
Oh,
friend,
man.
my friend wanted to go to ASU just because it was like a huge party school. Like I had a friend that just wanted to go to ASU just because of that.
I mean, I went to ASU for a swim camp one time, and like it definitely had that party school vibe. But I also felt like if you went to ASU and you actually like care about school, like you could still succeed.
Number one in
Right, it's
innovation, baby.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see it's living up to its expectations though, as the party school.
I think it has one of the highest STI rates too.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And you
MSU
decided.
Certainly mean that expectation.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm up, and I don't have.
I don't have it.
I don't have a drug story or a sex story. And quite frankly, I feel like my story. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, I feel like
Prude.
Another work story?
Fucking prude.
I honestly feel like I should have gone first, because you build up. No, we started high and we went higher. Now my story is gonna be like way down here, because
Like if you know what would match our stories if you had another silicon story.
oh Jesus. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, basically, I have ADD, and so sometimes I'll just be sitting around randomly, and then my brain's just like remember something from like years ago. So what happened was I remembered this meme where this guy said how his dad found his fleshlight and thought it was some vegan sausage, so he cooked it. So all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see if I can find that meme again. And now I have fleshlight ads on my Google recommended ads.
Oh my god.
Imagine the dude eating the fleshlight is like, why is this salty?
No, why is it chewy?
Why is it chewy and why is it so salty?
Lord. Considering it's salty because it was his son's, that's what makes me uncomfy. Anyways, that's not my story. Today, my story.
His future grandkids.
See, Janelle, I'm trying to get away from this, and you keep adding on to this.
Like, no, you can't escape it.
I'm trying to make the show more entertaining. What can I say?
I mean, it's working. I hope it works. Oh man. Anyways, but who's ready for my innocent story? So this room that I'm using right now for filming, it's actually not my room. It's my little brother's room, because he's the only one in the house who has a desk. So that's a problem, because sometimes he's, he needs to get in his room, but when we're filming, I could take up to like 2 hours in this room, like shutting him out for whatever reason. So that's a problem. But then at work, last week, I had this like light bulb moment where I was like, okay, we have a shed in the backyard. I can just like clear it out, clean it up, and then I can turn it into a studio. I opened the door and immediately thought, hell no, I'm done. I'm out. Like that like, creative energy just out the door as soon as I opened the shed. But then
Just a mess.
It's mess. It's kind of dark, and because we use it to store all of our like gardening stuff. It's also like really like grimy. as well, like with dirt.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna take forever, and also like even if I clear out the stuff, I have nowhere to put it. So that's a problem too. Anyways, we but then I realized I have a room next to my bedroom.
Mhm.
It's like officially a guest room, but we kind of use it for like whatever we need. Um, so I'm gonna use that room um for future episodes. I ordered a desk already. It should arrive on Friday. Um, but then after that, I'm thinking chair, a new webcam,
Yeah.
PC
I need to
monitor.
get.
I really need a PC because like um I'm the editor. So I edit all the videos. I edited the first episode and it took up 2.2 gigabytes of space on my computer. My laptop has, let me double check. I think it has like 118 gigs of storage and I have 26 gigs left. So basically,
Oh, shit.
I only have about 2 or 4 months of space on my computer. 5 if I like stretch it out and like delete extra files.
Mm,
But bottom line is I'm gonna run out of space. So I'm trying to find a
yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
Um,
Having a PC would be helpful in that
yeah.
sense.
The problem is PCs are fucking expensive. Like
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if you
You
build
can
your own,
Yeah, you can build your own. Yeah. Yeah. My
yeah,
my my cousin, he bought parts and he built his own too.
Yeah, that's usually cheaper than buying one.
Yeah.
yeah. Mm. But like, even then, like I like because like some sites are helpful and like they're like okay, like put in the parts that you like plan to buy and then like we'll
Yeah.
see if it's compatible and then we'll tell you like what you should expect to pay. It's still like over $1,000. So
Mhm.
I'm like, fuck, I don't have that money. Um, and then my mom was telling me like, oh my god, you shouldn't do that, especially if you're trying to move out. I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me that you want me to leave. um,
Damn.
but yeah, eventually, hopefully, sooner than later, I'll have a whole studio set up. But yeah, not as interesting or funny as possibly getting an STD or getting high as the moon, but it's a story. That's what's on my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, I guess it's time for the questions then.
Yeah. Okay. So before we
We
start,
got one question.
yeah,
One question.
yeah, it's better than
I mean,
zero.
it's a start, guys.
Yeah,
It's a start.
but
It's better than zero, but
It'll go up.
yeah, but
yeah,
we want
we,
better
we want
participation
you
on
guys
this.
to, yeah, we want you guys to ask more questions so you get to know us and possibly get to hear more funny stories and on what's your mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So I have the question pulled up right here. We're gonna go around. All three of us are gonna answer it, but this was mainly geared towards Anton.
yeah, yeah.
So the question is by. Should we say the name of who it's by?
Yeah, just say the handle. Yeah.
All right. Here's a shout out. Uh, for future reference, we may shout you out if you ask us a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The handle is Instagram at is Megmul Puri. I don't know how to pronounce that, but MEGMULPUPURI. The question
uh,
is, how do you justify dropping out to your parents? Take it away, Anton.
so you see how
Funny
this?
thing is, the
That's
only
my
person
friend.
who follows her is Anton. No, not Anton, Neil.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
it's
my friend.
Nihal's friend, not mine, and yet
Yeah.
it's very
Damn, she
like
roasting you now.
I know. Man, you got to keep your friends in check, Nihal. Come on, man.
I don't speak for her. She's her own person. She's crazy. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Megan.
Yeah, I mean, I think for future questions, just add like after you ask the question, add like whatever name we want you to call, because like reading out the handle was a pain. Don't you think?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be her. I thought it was gonna be like someone that like Anton was friends with. I wasn't expecting it to be her. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Anton, give your answer.
But how do you justify dropping out to your parents? See, that's a very interesting story. If you guys don't know my parents, my dad was born in California and then raised in Minnesota. And then my mom, born and raised in Vietnam. And on our Vietnamese side of the family, school is like, huge. Like the bare minimum you should get is a bachelor's degree. Like pretty much everybody that I know in our family has gone to college and graduated from college. And I think we have like 8 PhD earners in our family, like extended family.
Man.
So you can imagine the pressure that I grew up with, like, oh my God, I gotta get good grades, I gotta do good at school, otherwise I let my family down. This year though, 2020, well, now it's 2021, but 2020 school year, because of the pandemic, it's like different. It's different circumstances. So basically what happened was, goddamn Janelle, your smoke alarm. Just
Yeah, smack that bitch.
right in my ears. Anyways, but it was like mid-August. I messaged my head coach because I was gonna be on the swim team as well. I messaged my swim coach like, hey, I'm like waiting for the email to like sign up for classes and whatnot. Like, when's that coming out? And his response was, we started classes this week, man. And I'm like, you are shitting me. So I go into my email and I realize 2 weeks ago on that day, I was sent the email and for some reason I missed it. So by the time I was actually like in classes, like 2 weeks had already passed. So I'm 2 weeks behind and I'm like, struggling to keep up. And on top of that, swimming commitments, job commitments, and eventually, it just became too much. A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And then, I mean, it just kind of hurts when you're putting in all this effort and you're not getting any results to show for it. Now, when I say results, that's how kind of like how my mom operates. She doesn't care about the process. She cares about the end result. And so when the end result wasn't there, she was getting on my ass, which only, increased my sky high stress to like outer space, basically. So eventually I just kind of shut down. Dropped out of like not dropped out. I haven't dropped out officially, but I withdrew from all my classes. I stopped swimming. I stopped going to work, which is why I have a different position now. Since I quit the job and then I came back, but in a different department. Anyways, definitely when that happened, my parents, especially my mom, was like extremely disappointed. But then after I think 2.5 3 months maybe, we kind of like understood where both of us were coming from. And so now, I mean, I'm pretty sure a small part of her is like just still disappointed, but for the most part she's been like really supportive and kind of like, as long as you're happy, as long as you're like
Yeah.
taking care of yourself, everything's fine, I'm here to support you. So I mean, I think after a while she kind of like saw what I was going through and like understood like my situation. So once she like understood that, it was fine. um so ultimately it's just all about understanding at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Um,
Yeah,
I s-
props to your mom, bro.
yeah, I was surprised. I really thought she was gonna be like, all out on me. But part of me is like still expecting like when the pandemic's over, she's gonna be like, all right, go back to school, go back to school. Like, now it's normal. You should go to school. But
I mean, who
uh,
knows?
yeah, for now, I'm happy with where I'm at. So, I mean,
If you blow up though, what is she gonna say?
I think she'll be surprised, but supportive at the same time, because I'll be able to.
She'd be surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, yeah. I guess a lot of us would be. I guess you're always kind of surprised, like when you blow up.
yeah, like when
Like,
you have a break,
everyone's surprised. Everyone's surprised. Everyone doesn't
yeah,
expect
when you
it.
have a breakthrough in your life, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, How about you guys? Like, if you guys dropped out of college, how would you guys justify that to your parents?
So I can actually go next. So I actually was almost did earlier this semester.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like there's this one point in the semester like in March where I was really stressed out from school and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going through some shit. And so I called up my mom, was like, hey, I need to talk to you and all that. And I told her what was going on. And I told her like I'm thinking of dropping out. And so my mom was like, so we were just talking, like, all right, if before you make the decision, we need to talk with your dad first. So then later that night, later that day actually, my mom called me. My dad was there as well, and so we were talking. And so my mom's like, I know college isn't for everyone. We're okay with whatever decision you make, but you chose the hardest fuck major.
Wait, what major are you doing?
And
Oh,
I'm
major.
math right now.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like, you chose a hard major. And so since yeah, it's like, here, do this. Switch your major. Take a break from ROTC or don't stop doing ROTC and see how that is for a semester or a year. And if you still want to make that decision after then, we'll support your decision and all that. So I feel like the best way is communication is key. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter with friends, with boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, or with your parents. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Communication is key. So like I feel like you should have that conversation with them, even though if they're not willing for you to drop out, because ultimately you're 18, is your decision. You can make whatever you want to do when you're 18 because you're a legal adult. Yeah. So yeah. Or you can just go the funny road that, hey, I dropped out. I don't give a fuck what you said. See you later. I'm getting a job and get my own place.
Yeah. The risky route.
Yeah. For me, I guess like my parents, like I mean they'd probably be like really disappointed if I dropped out. I mean like they want me to like they definitely like want me to get that college degree before I like pursue anything. Like I've told them before about like YouTube aspirations that I've had and like act like I like at one point I wanted to be like an actor. So like no, like that's actually like I it's like funny now because like I know that I would like never go into acting, but like I don't know, like maybe like later down the road if I'm still interested. But yeah, like freshman year of high school, I was like really into like drama.
Yeah.
I was like in my theater program at like because I went to two high schools. The first high school that I went to, I was in the theater program. So well, at least for spring, I wasn't really in it for the fall or winter, but spring I was. Um, yeah, like I told that to my parents. Like I talked about that with them, and they was like, okay, yeah, you can do it, but as long as you get a college degree. So I've always had that like that weight. Um, there has been like pressure because like my parents, like my brothers, they're doctors, my parents, they're doctors. Like I have a lot of other family members and cousins that are like at like really good schools and like they're in medicine or like they're in like I don't know like some other like really like like good field. So like I have a lot of pressure too, and I mean I never really talked about my parents about dropping out, but like I've had that thought in my mind, like before, because like there was a point in like the first semester where I was struggling and with like a couple classes, so I thought about it. I never really talked to them about it though, because like I mean, I never thought of it as like a really serious thought. It was just like something that like just passed by my head because I knew that
Yeah.
like I'd eventually like get back, like bounce back from this. So, and I did, but um like I feel like even if I did, even if I was going to drop out, like if I did end up like going through with that and like wanting to do that, I feel like my parents would be upset. But like my mom, like she's like becoming like more understanding about things like as
Yeah.
she gets older because she has two older kids too that like have been to like my situations. Like so she's like she has experience like with like dealing with like just like kids, I guess. So I feel like my parents like they're getting a lot more understanding over the years. So I feel like maybe I don't know, maybe they would understand it if I did decide to drop out. But I know that I mean, just like how Anton said with his mom, like they'd probably still be disappointed in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
ultimately,
good.
what were you gonna say?
Go ahead, Anton.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna let you go first.
There you go.
Eeny, meeny,
All
miny,
right.
mo.
I
um,
know I choose you, Anton.
I mean, what I was gonna say was, ultimately, it depends on your situation. Like, if you feel like, I mean,
Yeah.
when I started college, I had zero intention to drop out. It was just um, assessing my experience, my situation. I could
Yeah.
keep trying to push against this, really, really tough wall. Um, you know, classes and all that stuff, along with all the stress and anxiety. I could try
Mhm.
to push through that, or I could drop out, and spare myself from that. But you know, ultimately, it depends on your situation, and if your parents understand that situation, it's going to be easy, I think. But ultimately, you have to be honest with yourself, and what you want more. I mean, for me, it was, do you want to be happy, or do you want this college degree, and everything like that? So ultimately, I chose myself. I chose to bet on myself, and so far, I'm completely comfortable with that decision. And I
Yeah,
made,
I feel like everyone goes into college like, oh, I'm gonna get this college degree, get that bread and all that.
yeah,
But once you go through the process, like, because people usually think about the results. Once you go through the process, you realize it's a lot tougher than it is. Like, I definitely underestimate just how stressful college is gonna be.
yeah.
Mhm.
You
So
think
yeah, like
you
it's
think high
all
school
about
is
like
stressful, but college is on
Yeah.
another
wait till you
level.
get to college. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a
But
question for both of you guys though.
What's up?
So like so Anton, when you did, like, or I guess like not technically, not officially, but like
Yeah.
when you did, I guess, drop out, like when you were like in the process, or like when you were like seriously thinking about it, like did you have an idea of like, or like did you know what you wanted to do instead, like already, or like did you have an idea, or like did you just like feel like, okay, I don't want to do this, like I just want to have this off of my shoulders, like, and just like get over it, or did you like have something else that you had in mind, like
Um,
instead of that, like immediately, or did it take time?
it took a little time. After I dropped out or withdrew from classes, I had spent a lot of time, self-reflecting and kind of thinking, okay, what do I have? What are some assets do I have, in terms of like what I can put on my resume, what I can show, me as a person, and just work with what you got and build from there. So after I did that, I decided, okay, I'm just going to go back to work and go from there. But ultimately, when I did, I didn't really have a plan. It was just kind of like, this has to happen, and we'll figure
Yeah.
it out as we go.
I'm the opposite. Like, I actually knew what I wanted to do.
Mm,
Like, so one thing I really love doing is traveling. Like, I
mm,
travel a lot with swimming, and as a military brat, I travel a lot as well. But I really love traveling, going to different places, meeting a bunch of different people, seeing different cultures and all that. I really love doing that.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to do, like whether drop out or just like take a pause from college, is just
gap
travel.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's one reason why I like wanted to join the military beforehand, because I wanted to travel.
Mhm,
So that's one thing I wanted to do. But my dad was like, "That's a hobby," like and all that, like
mhm.
and all that was like
Yeah.
I
Could go on, like
wanted
a
to make a
backpacking
profession
trip.
of traveling,
Yeah.
regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's what was on my thought. Oh shit, we have less than a minute left.
Oh, I think we have less. My timer says 2 minutes. Anyways, so we got to wrap it up now. But thank you for the question, Megan. That was actually
That was a good question,
that was a really
Madonna.
good question.
I think that's sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Good
Yeah.
place to ask if
It's,
you're a dropout thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the only question we had. So we kind of like stretch it out a little bit. But if you guys have any questions, like it could be a really deep question like that, or it could be like really simple, like is the sky blue? Yeah, it's actually no, it's
No,
not
it's
blue right
green.
now. It's
Just
it's
have a
It's
complete
green.
analysis about the scientific composition of the atmosphere.
Yeah,
yeah.
so no matter how stupid it is or no matter how serious it is,
We will answer it.
go ahead and comment. Go ahead and DM
DM
us
us.
or whatever you need to do
Just,
to reach out to us.
just it can't
Yeah.
be your homework.
Yeah, we're not doing your homework for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you could DM me. I could do your homework. I got time.
Yes,
All right.
man, though.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up. As always, follow us on social media. Subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace, guys.
Old school girl with a New York body. She just wanna fuck in the hotel lobby. Pop Zans do 4 points to the Molly. Pop Zans do 4 points to the Molly.